You know it, you love it, you've seen the ads, you know the name. H&R Block is back with another updated tax software for the 2021 tax return season. So if you are looking to file your taxes online, stick around. We have the scoop on what's been updated with their tax software and why this is still one of the easiest tax software platforms to use. Hey guys, it's Justine with The College Investor, investing and personal finance for millennials. If you are interested in doing your taxes DIY, look no further than H&R Block. You know the name. It's been around a long time, and with good reason. They have the credibility behind their name because they take the time to enhance their tax software and their user experience each and every year. There's been a few minimal updates for this tax season, so let's go ahead and hop into whether or not H&R Block is free. All right, so you can actually get free federal and state filing if you meet certain requirements. If you're in the following situations, including unemployment income, W-2 income, Social Security income, people with student loan interest, and people claiming the child tax credit, if any of these situations apply to you, one or all, you can actually file your federal and state returns for free using H&R Block. Now, the one category that's not free and included in that free package is the health savings account contributions. If you have a health savings account and you want to report those contributions, you have to upgrade into one of their paid packages. All right, so what's new for this year with H&R Block? Now, they already have a really great product, so the upgrades really were kind of minimal, but really cool as well. So one thing that we found in our testing is that you can take a snapshot of one of your tax documents with your phone, upload it into H&R Block system, and then you'll see that exact document when you go onto your desktop to file your taxes. So there does seem to be seamless integration between using your phone and using your laptop and uploading those documents. Everything seemed to be working just as it was advertised. There's also better functionality with the knowledge articles. If you get kind of stuck in the tax jargon, H&R Block does a really good job of making sure that articles and how things work with your tax return just really accessible and easy to read. This past year, we also saw a lot more gig workers, side hustlers, people who were working odd jobs on the side. So if you are worried about whether or not you have to purchase the self-employed package, which is the highest paid pricing package that H&R Block offers, if you have less than $5,000 in business expenses, you can actually qualify for the premium package, which is it's really great to see H&R Block value those gig workers who maybe are just doing things on the side that don't have a lot of business expenses along with it. Okay, let's go ahead and walk through what their pricing options are to see what might work best for your situation. So as I said, if you had any of those qualifying free requirements, then you can actually do your taxes for free inside of H&R Block. Now they're going to say there's this basic package for $70 plus $40 per state filing, but at the time that I'm recording this video, we actually haven't seen that seasonal discount and promotional period go into effect. Check back in January of 2022 when you'll be able to see the deepest discount available for H&R Block. The next package is the deluxe package, and we found that this pricing tier actually wasn't that great of a deal because there are other tax software available that has all of those additional benefits for less cost. So if you have a W-2 and let's say an HSA as well, then you might be better off looking at tax software like TaxSlayer instead. The next package is premium for $160. This really helps for those people who are investors or have rental income. And then of course course, if you run your own business, self-employed for $195. But again, these prices are probably most likely going to change by the time we roll into January of the new year, so check back to make sure that you get the deepest discount available. Okay, so if you're still interested in H&R Block, let's hop into their dashboard. I want to show you some of the notable features and drawbacks of their software.
Okay, let's go ahead and start off with some of the notable features about H&R Block. First of all, there's really easy navigation. So you'll see the major categories of your federal tax return up here at the top, and you can toggle in between income, deductions, credits, and then taxes, and then of course your basic personal info. But I'm going to go back over here to income and show you something that helps expedite this whole process of filing your own taxes. So I got a 1099 div form from TD Ameritrade that I need to include in my tax return. So if I go to income and add another source of income, I can go through this list, find the interest and dividends form, and then I can click, let me make sure that is truly a 1099 DIV. Yes, okay. So let's go ahead and add that in. So what's really cool is that H&R Block has partnered with some of these financial institutions to make it easier to import some of these documents. So I'm going to do an import from TD Ameritrade. They're going to need your account number and document ID, and they give you some helpful tips of where to find this information. Okay, so I just had to include the account number and the document ID number, which was already on my form that I got from TD Ameritrade, and now I can see that it's already imported everything for me, which is fantastic. I love this as a feature as part of H&R Block's tax software. Okay, so as I'm going through some of this information from TD Ameritrade, H&R Block is asking about this filing requirement, and what I like about how they, I know nothing about this FATCA filing requirement. What I like about how they've evolved over the past couple of years is that they make sure that their knowledge base articles are quick and to the point. I'm not a tax professional. They really make this information accessible to the layman, and I find that these types of articles are very helpful. All right, so as you can see, it's pretty easy to upload some of those additional income forms that you might have from your investing accounts. Also, it has this cool feature up here where you can access live chat tech support. So it also offers some tax guidance, but it's not tax advice, but at least it would be helpful to have a little bit of guidance if you ever get lost. Some notable drawbacks that I saw when testing H&R Block is that they don't natively integrate with brokerages or crypto exchanges to calculate capital gains. And also, another thing that I saw is that their audit support costs an additional $20. Now, H&R Block is already on the high end of tax software in terms of how much you're going to spend, so it feels like this should be a value add instead of a standalone product. And then another thing, because I'm self-employed, I didn't see an area where H&R Block could calculate the max contribution for my self-employed retirement account. So that won't affect all filers, but this could be something that if you're self-employed, that actually is a big deal. Otherwise, I found this software pretty easy to use just by simply navigating through the different subsections of my return and then adding in different buckets. If you have a lot of different things going on, such as you run a business, you have 1099 forms, HSAs, H&R Block is really good about walking you through all the steps, so it does take some time. However, it's very straightforward and simple, and I think H&R Block could make your shortlist this year for good tax software and filing your tax returns.
All right, so final thoughts. Is H&R Block a contender for filing your taxes? And it should definitely be on your short list. If you can qualify for the free version, yes, definitely, duh. everything's for free. Also, gig workers and investors will see a lot of value and benefit from the premium package. However, if you fall into that deluxe package that I was telling you about earlier, you might be better off looking at a tax software like TaxSlayer or Free Tax USA, which is going to give you all of those options, but at a cheaper rate. Now, if you are still unclear of what tax software you want to use, we have complete reviews on all of the best tax software out there available at thecollegeinvestor.com. Be sure to check those out before you file your taxes, and we'll catch you in the next video.